what's up, y'all? Welcome to episode 21. Now, I am aware y'all trying to figure out this riddle just like we are. Okay, so I'm gonna let you hop to it. But, just so you know, I'm starting to create some content every Monday. I'm trying to get an extra video out for you. I would like to make it more, but, you know, I'm trying to get good responses, let you know how it is. Also, I just wanted you to be aware that I'm gonna start streaming. Every Tuesday and Thursday, I'm gonna start streaming every morning. It's just going to be fun, random stuff, nothing too major, but if you want to tune in, be sure to come in. It'll be early in the morning Central Standard Time, so whatever that is for you, that is for you. But nonetheless, you know the drill. Comment if you got questions. Hit that sub button. It means a lot, and I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Shall we get started?
Yes, sure.
All right. Does anyone give a quick recap of last time?
This old guy finna die. That's all you need to know.
we traveled exhaustingly, running out of water. We fought some of the desert creatures. Went through, found. Trying to do this in order. We found the songbird person that we were following, who was very interested.
She found you, but yeah,
she found us, and then we found her back because she didn't know that we knew.
It was a team. It was a group find.
I call that a firm handshake even. And yeah, she was very interested in Suiko. Wanted us to find her for information on a deal because she wanted the sealing technique. Then went about our way there. Went to the oasis, found a tortoise who was a homie, and tried to homie us out some water, which we got half of it. Using my sphere, Arata's sneakiness, and the tortoise. Then we were kind of driven away, but we found this area with not as good of water as the oasis, but good enough. And yeah, now we're here in the ruins trying to figure out how to open this door. I know Suiko is pacing as she's vigorously reading her notepad. Of the things, then that is it. I know I can't remember the things for sure, but it was like star, heaven, hell, all the
I have them written down.
Yeah, so it's that stuff.
Yeah. The only thing I would add to that is the sparrow, Kiyonari. She was interested in Suiko. Specifically, she was interested in Suiko performing a sealing art.
True.
Seeing that Suiko has a dragon sealed within her, the sparrow seems to think that Suiko can seal another dragon in another person if she needs to. But she thinks that Suiko does need to be a little stronger in order to do it.
Yeah. She did say those things.
In any case. Yeah, so you guys are pondering the great door there, and we will put on music before I forget. You tried one solution, I believe, lighting up some chakra crystals, but it did not work. So you talked with Tuko, I think, after that, and you got a little more information on what these different seals might sort of symbolize. So, yeah, feel free to discuss or try more solutions.
Did we... I'm not giving up.
Blaine, you said you also took notes?
Yeah, so I have our first order written down that we guessed in, so I have that so we don't do that again. Okay. I also have it written... Go ahead.
Yeah, what order... Do you have an order that you estimate could be right?
I was like, we estimated, right before we left, we kind of guesstimated one.
I don't remember what our guesstimation was that we didn't try.
I think me and Suiko were talking about it, and you were thinking about ways to kill this guy in your mind.
Maybe.
Ironically, I actually think that's what happened.
I was very shut down at the end of this, so yeah.
Do you have the story written down in front of you?
We will need to re-look at the paintings, but I have written down as a reminder, heaven is like the feeling of triumph and victory. Earth is the failures of humans. Hell would be the negative aspects and consequences of actions. Moon and sun are kind of unclear, but for the most part, we think that moon are kind of like interruptions of normalcies, like abnormal things, whereas sun is normalcy and normal things. And then stars are like kind of what we would traditionally view of heaven. So stars is like the godly heaven.
Good shit.
So like for the first one, I have like an order that I estimated. For the first one with the dragon coming down on the people, I put hell, because it represents pain, suffering, and tragedy.
I could also, I agree to that could be moon since that's a disruption of normalcy.
True.
But I agree that it is.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Okay, you know what I can do actually? I can kind of stream this into the Discord so y'all can look at my notes, and that might help y'all because you can sit here and stare at this.
Because there was one where he was getting chained and stuff, and we thought that one was.
Yeah.
But-
Okay. Yeah, that's a good point actually. Shit.
But you're good. Keep going.
Okay, so for the first one, I put hell, but
Yeah.
for the second one, when he's crying into the lake, and then the eyes looking back at him, I put Earth simply because it represents a failure of humanity. So from his point of view, it could represent his failures because he's crying.
I remember we said that we're supposed to look at this as the story of like that guy's perspective, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's
Yeah. So I mean, I was thinking he's crying because he sees himself as a failure.
That would check out.
And then for the third one, he's reaching inside the lake, and then the black stripes are coming out and coming up to eat either side of his head. I wasn't quite sure. My guess is stars.
So yeah, the other thing for that one, which I thought about, was that I would reverse those two. So he's looking at the stars, and then he tries to reach for the stars, and then he ends up on Earth.
Okay, so you reverse those two then.
I would. We can try both of them.
By the
But
way,
it's just so I don't forget.
These numbers are the first order we tried. It's like we tried heaven first, moon second, or third, sun fourth.
Just to remind everyone, there are 5 things in the mural and 5 chakra crystals, but there are 6 symbols, so one of the symbols will go unused.
Yeah.
I think, for me, I'll continue. I'll get back to that.
Yeah.
But for the fourth one, he has
like
the black
Mysterium.
stripe. Yeah, for the fourth one, he has the black stripe across one of his eyes, and then beneath him, the green dragon, it's dead, and it's bleeding from his neck. I think we agreed that's heaven, triumph, and victory.
Yeah, I think we all.
I think that's pretty solid. And then the last one, the same man, he has chains around his hands, and above him is a large triangle. I wasn't sure about this one either. I personally put moon, but
I'll let Izuto go ahead and make a quick history check for that final one there.
what's the Triforce? Tell us, Izuto.
We're going to overtime.
What's that?
Nothing.
Okay.
Does that give us-
You have +8 to history?
Yeah.
Oh,
And that's
okay.
a
Didn't know
well-educated
that.
boy.
Alright.
That +1.
Never asked
yeah.
me to do a history check again.
So the Blasted Desert and the Land of Wind in general, they had a civilization before the village hidden in the wind, and that civilization often produced pyramids in various areas. You get a sense that, and they were typically tombs or places of storing something. So you think that maybe the triangle represents more of a pyramid, and he's beneath the pyramid.
So the tomb, as in for like kings,
Mummies and
that
stuff.
kind of pyramid?
Yeah, like big tombs.
like they're a
Um,
big
I
deal.
would assume.
It's not clear. Izuto isn't quite sure about that. They were used for storing things.
Okay, right. Storing. Okay. Okay. So, what are we thinking?
Okay, that's just the. Okay, let me do the. Can I go ahead and make the check for the chakra crystals since you're gonna use them?
Sure, yeah.
Or do we need to tell you the order beforehand?
What's your plus to chakra control?
8.
Okay, so I mean, you're basically guaranteed to do it. These
Oh, sorry,
are not
7.
difficult.
7. Chakra control.
Well, I mean, you're still pretty. It's a DC of 10, so it's
Okay.
not exactly as long as you don't roll a nat
Hey,
one.
never guaranteed, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and roll. I guess. Go ahead and roll.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, you're good. So you easily infuse chakra into the crystals in whichever order you're attempting here.
I'll mark
Okay,
that
so let's
one
go
for
through
order,
it.
dude.
Okay, so I still think that. Okay, hold on. Too many windows open.
Okay, so the first one was.
I say it's hell because moon. It says interrupt cycle, but it also says keep things stagnant and stop the cycle.
Okay, we can do hell on the first one. I think
Okay.
I think that's the normie one, the more favorited. Okay, so we can do hell on the first one.
Second one, what do we think about the second one when he's crying into the lake?
I think that's stars and he's reaching for it, in my opinion.
Stars is like represents heaven though,
Yes.
where we're supposed to be, like happiness and ideal
Yeah,
peace.
like peak world.
And he's
yeah.
crying. I still say that's Earth. Simply
That's fine.
because
We
he's
can
We can go with yours first. I don't
Okay.
disagree with any of them.
I'll say I like that one being Earth
Yeah.
on that.
I don't disagree with any of them.
The third one,
he's reaching in.
Yeah, reaching in. Are we? See, yeah, that's one that I'm not confident about. I said stars, but I'm open to suggestions.
Tries to reach for the stars. That again, we can go ahead and do yours. I think that's not a bad idea.
Okay, and then the last one too, though. I wasn't confident about that one either. The chains around his hands, I put moon, but what are we thinking there? Because I was not confident with that one.
See, that's why on that one, that's why I would think the first one is moon and the second one or the fourth one is hell. That's the only reason I think that. But I mean, yeah, honestly, both could go.
So I guess like what we're supposed to interpret is that he's chained up and thrown in a tomb to lock him away. Maybe they feared his power or something. And from his point of view, I guess that could be hell, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what order are you guys trying for this one?
Okay, well we might as well just go for it, huh? See what we get.
Yeah, we can just go for this one.
Okay.
Wait, what's our fifth one? Oh, wait, we have hell, earth, stars, moon.
Hell, earth, stars.
And then heaven for the one where he defeats the dragon.
Yes.
The fifth one? Okay.
Yeah, the fifth one I put moon just because.
Yeah, so
wait, the fifth one you put moon?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, because for the first one I put hell.
No. So I don't think the dragon isn't the last one, right? The dragon's is 4, and then 5 is when he gets in the pyramid, right?
The last one, the fifth one, is when he has chains around his hands and he's in the tomb.
Okay, yeah. So we're going number 1 hell, number 2 earth, number 3 stars, number 4 heaven, number 5 moon, and the sun is not used.
Okay. So you infuse chakra into the crystals in that order. They glow brightly for a moment and then vanish. I'll say, Suiko, go ahead and make a wisdom check.
Yeah, I'm great at those.
There's only a couple thousand more possibilities, so we're working.
What did I get on that? A big.
I did math this out last week.
A couple hundred. I mean, not thousands.
It was
726.
Yeah,
There's only 726 possibilities.
So there's only 724.
24 more.
Look how wise I am.
Okay. So your water dragon is attempting to communicate with you, but he's very deep within. He's difficult to communicate with. You get a sense that he's pretty sure that you're right on 3 of those, but you're wrong about 2 of them. But you have no idea which ones he's referring to.
I'm actually pretty confident.
Okay. Hell,
That's
sun,
so funny.
earth, heaven, moon.
And if we're confident about heaven, then we know it for sure. If we are confident about heaven,
this has to be it. This has to be it.
Okay.
This has to be it.
This is so mathematically. This is gonna be so sad.
Okay,
We're going with this one.
Final answer?
Yeah.
You sound pretty confident, Izuto.
Dude, I am. I'm confident about this one. If it's not, fuck it.
Come on.
You put in each of the chakra crystals with the fusion.
Be funny.
and at the end, they all flash a bright light, and the door opens.
Oh my
Thank
God.
Christ, dude. Holy
The
shit, that's an
math.
hour.
We did it.
You're
We
welcome,
killed
everybody.
an hour.
Holy shit. I need to cut out so much.
Can you explain the story
Good
now,
job, Steve.
Izuto?
Okay, so
Can I explain? Fuck, can you give me the order again? Okay. So basically.
I'm just curious.
Okay, so the dragons come down and attack the humans. And then the guy survives from the people that were killed. He goes to the lake and asks something or other, right? And he starts crying, and that's like the normalcy of grief, right? And then Earth was
Failures of community.
yeah, the like his failure to protect his thing, which basically means like I think maybe like I don't even know. It was basically like either the dragon got out of him. I realized there's cannot be zero, so shit. So it was like the dragon either got out of him and that was his failure, or his failure, or as humans were to anger the dragon. One of the two. And he gets the marks to try to like compete with the dragon, I guess. He defeats him, and then he stores it inside of him. And that was the original like Jinchuriki-esque person.
I'm the original Titan.
Is that kind of it?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to say one way or the other. I was just interested.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I will say, I think that that's a very interesting story, especially considering what might happen in the future here.
Okay.
In any case, you guys open the door. Tuco, excited, finally gets up and rushes on in.
I'm fucking grabbing Tuco and I'm going in first. Fuck her.
In any case, you find yourselves in a large tomb area.
Woo!
All right. This is what it's all about, baby. Before we open any of the tombs, could we just kind of investigate the chest or
Yeah, I mean, just look around.
faces
in general.
before the big three in the room?
Okay, sure. Go ahead and make an investigation check. A group investigation check, since I think everyone's getting in on this.
Yeah.
Yo, big fat +0. Let's go.
What's my investigation?
4.
That's right, +5.
It's not combat, so Suiko can't roll well.
Goodness.
And Arata just,
Arata just doesn't roll well.
Arata just can't. Actually, no. On very useless, like for parties and stuff, I'm really good. So it's like
that's true.
I'm good for very niche, useless situations.
You're great at persuading people.
I have to do that. It's true.
Okay. So you look around. Inside of most of the chests, there's a lot of scrolls and paperwork. They appear to be like mostly like poems and songs and like artistic sort of things. There are like there's a ton of glasswork as well, like very complex, intricate glasswork. That appears to be most of the treasure that's hoarded here. There's the occasional like old coin, but they're usually not gold. There's like maybe a couple of gold. They're mostly bronze or copper. So you get the sense that the value of the treasure in here, with one exception, is not terribly impressive. It has more historical value than it does like literal value. However, you do find a single golden, like, it's hard to say, like an idol or an ornament.
Mm-hmm.
Just put it on here.
So this is a black
Where are
screen
they?
if you're trying to show us.
In
Where are
in
they?
the shape of something.
Just so you know, Fog of War is on.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I
Okay.
can't see anything on this one.
We don't need fog of war for this map. Dynamic lighting off. There we go.
Okay.
So that little piece there.
Oh, that's
Is
that's
what you
it.
see.
Okay.
Mhm.
The shape of the golden thing.
I want Fog of War. back.
Yeah, that's the shape of the golden ornament.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
So
is
it's
it
So it's like
look
a
like
long.
a
Okay.
thing?
It's like yeah.
It's
Okay,
okay. We'll go back to
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I got it.
I got it. All right.
In any case, that's the most valuable thing that you find there. Other than that, the tombs themselves, they are covered in jutsu sealing formula.
Right. All of them, like all 3 of them.
Yes.
Okay.
Is this thing in front of
I
me
was gonna
like a
say, does that
plaque
say
or
anything?
something, or is that a table?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's artwork on the floor there.
Okay.
It's artwork on the floor?
Yeah.
Well,
It's
asking.
like carved into or painted onto the floor.
Oh, okay.
I suppose I kind of go over to Tuco and I'm like, so, what are you thinking?
He rubs his hands together and he says, "This is the jackpot. Is what we've been searching for this whole time. We have you to thank for it. Much appreciated. Who would have known that a ninja from the Leaf would help us in this desolate place?"
Who would have known? So, what are we looking at right now exactly? Because you seem to have a pretty good idea.
He purrs his brow. He says, "Well, I mean, these were what you would expect from the ancient civilization. We'll need to categorize and catalog everything in here, of course. The poems and the history will be of particular value. I can publish them. The glasswork will be a little difficult to transport out of this area without breaking it. We might be able to transport some of the more sturdy pieces. The rest will have to leave."
What's our cut on this? We are the ones that opened the door, of course.
True.
Tuco sort of pushes in his glasses a little bit. He says, "Well, I think that a cut of 15% would be fair."
Ooh, 15. You hear that, Arata? He said 15. I don't know if Arata would like 15. You know, he's kind of like the heir to the throne. You gotta have a little bit more respect than 15.
I kind of give Izuto a look as if I'm really not trying to intimidate him out of more money. But I do then turn back to Tuco. And I'm like, I do think more than 15 is fair since y'all clearly weren't getting in without us.
Okay. So, Arata, you can roll a persuasion check. The 2 attempts there did not actually end up helping each other.
Well, I was
They were
like,
two
I don't
different-
want to intimidate him. That is not. I don't
You've
think
been
it's.
threatening to kill him this entire time, and this is when you don't intimidate
I
him?
wasn't actually threatening to kill him. That was like an inner monologue. I was not actually threatening to kill him. Let's be clear.
Oh my god.
Tuca shakes his head. He says, "We did all of the work for the excavation in this area. This was 2 months, 3 months work since before you guys came. You never would have found this place without me. I think 15% is more than appropriate."
Okay. Well, I just hope Than doesn't use the bathroom anywhere, I suppose. Kind of walk off.
Okay, can I inspect the ceiling jutsu here?
The ceiling?
Not the ceiling above me, the ceiling jutsu.
I would like to look at the ceiling
Okay.
above me.
just so we're clear, the ceiling.
Arata would like to look up.
Very specific. Yeah, sure. So I guess there would be a ninjutsu check, I believe. I think funjutsu is a subsection of ninjutsu. Yeah. Okay. So
Do they have, before you say anything, does it look earth and/or lightning related?
yeah. So these are all Earth associated.
Okay, I have an advantage on this,
Okay.
He said, "Does it?" Look?
and it didn't matter, so never mind.
Okay. Yeah. So these are Earth-based sealing jutsus. They're pretty archaic, but what they lack in complexity in terms of the formula, they make for with whatever power or chakra was used to construct them. They're quite powerful, not unbreakable, but like pretty difficult to break for sure.
Do you share what you're seeing with us?
Yeah.
The Earth's very difficult, not very complex, but big boom.
I would like to go over to Tuco and ask, so what were, let's say hypothetically one of these tombs were to be opened, what do you think would happen?
Tuco says that's probably not a good idea. I've heard of reports of tombs being opened in other areas, usually under the supervision of Chunin or ninja from the Sand Village. They don't report on what happens afterwards. But if they had to have ninja there, I can imagine whatever was inside was released and unhappy about it.
So let's say, if you didn't want us to open this, because I'm gonna be honest.
Okay,
I'm a curious guy, Tuco.
All right, so these are breakable seals, correct?
Potentially breakable, yes.
Okay, and they are earth seals.
Correct, yeah. That's
One
their
would
base.
almost say that they're vulnerable to lightning.
Yeah, that's true.
One would say that, right?
As I'm talking to Tuco, like I said, I'm a very curious guy. As is my group. As I look over to Izuto and I see him deeply contemplating breaking this seal, charging up a Chidori over there.
Oh, good. I'm glad you know where my head's at, because I was
yes.
about to say that.
Yeah, so I look at Tuco and I'm like, so what are we thinking, price-wise if we don't open these?
You can make an intimidation check.
Oh, now you intimidate. Goddamn.
Oh, it was a little persuasion, but it was like I don't want to intimidate his life. That's not what I was trying to do.
I wasn't trying to intimidate his life either. I was just
Gonna break all the crystals and drop them in here.
Do I get advantage since Izuto is being scary back there? Not scary, but threatening. Is this one intimidation?
No, I think you just get a straight roll.
Alright. A little better.
That's not bad. Tuco sort of flinches. He says, "Okay, fine. You can have that idol that you already found. That's obviously the most valuable thing in here, and I'll give you 20% off whatever profits I make off of this in addition."
If we don't open
Let me talk with my
To be clear, if you get out of here now, you're going to ruin the items here if you stay too much longer. I can sense that dog. It's been lifting its hind leg.
That's fair. Team huddle. Okay.
I want to steal.
all right, guys.
I
Chidori
know what
this.
I know what you're. God,
Chidori this.
okay, but we can get
I
the
don't
cool
want to
gold. We
Chidori
can get the
this.
cool gold thing,
Yeah.
and 20%.
Yeah.
But you said that's regardless, right?
Do what? No, that's if we don't open it.
Okay,
Yeah,
we're gonna
if
take
we
a
don't
quick
break
look at
any.
Just take a quick look at my chakra. Right, so Chidori's active now.
So
No.
we're gonna lose a lot of things.
Yeah.
I also
we lose more than
think
we gain.
you don't know what's gonna happen if we open this.
Tuco runs out of the tomb. He is not sticking around for this.
I am okay. Are you? I kind of start pacing backwards. So Izuto,
No.
what are you? How are you? What's going on over there?
Can I snag the gold item and like a gold coin, Hudson, and get out of here?
There are no gold coins you specified. I'm sorry.
Oh shit,
No,
there were.
There's a couple.
There were a few. Yeah, you can add four gold coins to your inventory.
Yay.
And yeah,
They're just like historic, right?
And there
I
was-
can't sell them.
The coins you can sell.
right.
I thought you said the coins we could sell, or no?
I mean, yeah, the coins are the most valuable thing in here in terms of like what you could just get at like a market, like
Okay.
just selling it.
As I'm,
Ew, 4
anyway,
gold
as
coins
I'm-
and the idol. I'm
as I'm
out.
backing up here.
Yeah. I just leave.
I don't leave quite yet because I would really, I am concerned with what could happen, especially after Tuco's warning.
Suiko, you step out of the tomb. In the corner, Tuco is like leaned against it, and he's like holding his head in both hands, like crouched against the wall.
It's okay, dude. It's okay. Rada's got
So-
this. He'll calm him down, probably.
Izuto,
He doesn't appear. He doesn't respond to you, and he doesn't appear to even hear you.
Can I like gently poke him, like, hey, you good? You good?
No reaction.
so what? do you-
Can I look at his expression? What's going on here?
Yeah, his eyes are open wide, and he's like sweating pretty profusely, even in the relative cool of the chamber. And yeah, go ahead and make a insight check.
Oh, I'm not good at those. What do I get? Oh, I get a +5. Ew, 20.
Nice.
Yeah. So, you get the sense that Tuco is under some sort of genjutsu right now. He is not currently able to hear you.
Can I gently like try and pull him back into the room?
No, he doesn't respond to that. You could like just try to drag him if you wanted to.
Yeah, can I just? He's old and wimpy. Can I just pick him up?
I don't recommend more than one person in this tomb when I.
Yeah, why are we?
Arata.
I turn around. Yeah, why is he back in here? What is going on? I'm already dealing with Izuto.
He's under a genjutsu, Arata.
Okay, what do you want?
Arata, make a perception check, please. This is a hearing perception check.
Oh, this is hearing? Okay. Okay, so I get hold up. +7 and then +3 for my level. Big rolls.
Oh, wow.
Okay. In the distance, you hear shouting, and the sand around you quakes a little bit, just very slightly.
Okay, so I hear sandquake. Sorry, I hear like a lot of like basically earthquake and a lot of people shouting outside.
Shouting and movement, yeah.
Okay.
Do you turn me down?
I immediately. Go ahead.
Sorry, go on.
No, you're good.
I was say I immediately I'm like, hey, we need to get out of here. Izuto, I think this place might be going down. I really think we need to get out of here.
Aye, Captain. I'm just gonna run with you.
I turn. I'm like, Izuto, listen, man. You do what you want to do, but I would really appreciate it if you'd come out with us. And I turn out of fear of Izuto being a silly little boy. And I try to grab the old guy with Suiko and drag him along.
What is this?
Is there a ceiling on this room?
On the room? No, you've unlocked the ceiling on the room.
No, like ceiling. Like this time he's talking about an actual ceiling.
I'm talking about the ceiling.
I know. I was thinking. Yes, yeah. So this whole area is buried beneath the sand. So it has a very strong like stone ceiling. Otherwise, it would be covered in sand.
Okay.
Suiko and Arata, as you guys are exiting the area there, you see the villagers who are helping the workers and the mercenaries sort of flooding in. Most of the mercenaries down for the count since you guys beat them up earlier and sort of being carried by their fellows. The burr is being led by the workers right after.
Why are they being carried in? What is going? Okay, I immediately run over and I'm like, what is happening right now? Who's in charge? There's so much going on.
The mercenary looks. He says, "I don't know where Tuco went. He's in charge, but there's dinosaurs. There's creatures coming."
Oh my god. Okay, Tuco's with us right now, but he's under a genjutsu. I really think that we should not be in here for much longer.
I set up a dust shield around me while this is going on.
The mercenaries are looking at the door and they say, "No, this is the only safe place to be. We can't survive out in the open against them."
Okay, listen. We will help you fight. I would appreciate it if y'all would help us. We need to exit that direction.
Give myself guide to resistance.
Okay, listen. One of my teammates is in there. I think he has gone insane. He's about to do something I think a lot of us would regret. Tuco is currently under genjutsu. We need to work our way out, even if we have to fight our way out.
The mercenary shakes his head. He says, "You can do what you want, buddy. I'm staying here. I got to protect these people."
Is there some other kind of exit in here, or is that the only way out?
He shakes his head. He says, "What you see is what you get." They've been working on the excavation for a while now.
Okay.
I walk to the entrance of the room and kind of throw him out.
How many dinosaurs are out there exactly?
I turn seeing this, say, Izuto, please don't.
It'll be fine.
Izuto, we have dinosaurs chasing us. I need you. I need you more than ever right now. We can address the tombs later. Please help me help these people first.
That's fair.
I'm not saying we will figure this problem out later. Can you help me with the dino problem first, please?
Oh, this is so cringe. Fine.
Okay, so I suppose we step forward looking for these dinos. Like, do we see or like
do you drag Tuco out with you, Suiko?
Izuto threw him out.
I threw him out.
Yeah, I'm gonna hand him to one of the mercenaries, whoever.
Okay. They put him sort of next to the other villagers.
This is cringe. I want it.
Do I hear? Can I like make another perception check? Like, do I hear anything like coming down the hall or anything like that?
Yeah, sure. You can make another perception check. This is hearing again.
Still good rules. Still good rules.
Okay. So, you hear distant noises. You don't think that they're in the hallway area right now.
Okay, so I don't hear anything in the hallway area. Okay, I
No.
look at the kind of
Okay,
whichever mercenary I've been
how
talking
big is this like entryway right here? Like here.
Let's see. It is 20 feet.
Okay,
It's a large floor.
What are the chances I could set up a terror shield, two of them, and we could just pretend that there is nothing back here and it's just a wall?
You can make an intelligence check, I guess.
While this is going on, can I keep poking this guy?
Try to get him out of the
Sure.
Ninjutsu. Try to like release him.
Trying.
Well, you could try like a chakra.
Okay, so with a 12, I'll say you have no idea. You get the sense that you're not sure why these guys are here to begin with. If they're searching for prey, you wouldn't think that they would come into the hallway area anyway.
Okay, I go up to Arata. Yeah, man. I'm sorry.
No, okay. Can we wait till we get people out of here? I don't think we should do this while there's a bunch of people in here.
If there's a bunch of, if those T-Rexes come in, how much do you think we can fight them off?
That's enough.
We got 3 mercenaries and us 3.
Right,
I'm
but I don't know.
definitely
I don't know if
looking at
breaking an ancient seal is going to help that issue. You know.
There is something in there,
Right.
and it can help us out of this situation.
Right. You don't know that.
It's better than nothing.
I want you to know this is not on me. When I'm writing when I'm writing this mission report, this is not on me.
Okay, knowing I have resistance to pretty much everything, and I think double resistance to earth right now. I don't know if it stacks, but whatever.
I tell everyone to back into this like corner over here and get away from the door.
Okay.
I'm trying to get everyone away from the door.
I mean, they're wanting to stay where they are. They don't want to get closer to the outside.
Okay.
I mean, they don't know what
I
easy
set
to-
up.
What they're trying to what?
No, nothing. They're staying there. They're staying where the mercenaries tell them to stay.
Am I having no luck?
I look at the
I set up.
No, you're not having any luck with Tuco, unfortunately.
I go ahead and set up 2 terror shields, basically 2 10-foot, 5-foot wide, stone walls right here.
Okay.
And I will go ahead and mark off for that. That would be 47 and then 39.
I see him do this.
So I have these like dome things if you want to use them as the terror shields.
Yeah. They are.
Are they 10 feet wide?
Yeah, 10 feet. No, 10 foot tall, 5 foot wide.
Oh, okay. So they're single spaces then, basically.
Yeah, they're just tall and 1 foot thick.
Okay, well.
Yeah, but anyway.
You can place them where you want them then.
I can't move them.
Oh, okay. I will fix that.
I tell Suiko to back up against the wall over here, and that
Yeah,
whatever happens to him in there is not on us.
I kind of want to see the dinosaurs. That's probably a bad idea.
I think
Let's
thought
stay in
they were
here
a
right
lot
now.
bigger. It's fine. We'll just.
If you
move them
try
there.
to walk out there, Suiko, I will like try to poison you and make you stop because I can't deal with 2 of my teammates right now going off the rails.
All right, we'll do this.
Fine. In the mission report, can you put that I was a very good girl?
Yes, I will. I will.
Oh my
I will
god! I just
report
do
that
it.
you
I just
used-
do it. I just do it. I rip off the
report that you
band-aid.
used-
I should worry
So-
this earth seal.
So you're all right. So go ahead. So Chidori's a C rank jutsu, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and make a ninjutsu check +3 to whatever the roll is.
Wait, is this a clash?
Oh,
Because this is important if it is.
I'm gonna say no. This is not a clash.
Suiko,
Well, actually,
I'm gonna
no.
write that
Maybe it
down.
is. Maybe it is a clash. Yeah, it's a clash. Sure.
It's a
So
clash.
you get advantage since it's a lightning, right?
And I get a 1d4 plus 1 added.
Okay. So,
So it
all right,
is.
so in that case, you're not going to get the +3. It'll just be the
Okay.
1d4 plus
So
1.
a d20, right?
Right.
Plus a 1d4
Right.
plus 1.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And
then plus your ninjutsu.
And then plus my ninjutsu.
Right.
Okay. And
And
then
then with advantage, so do that twice.
with advantage. Yeah. Okay.
Boys never getting that Chunin promotion at this rate.
No
I
shot.
don't give a shit about the tuning permission anymore.
You didn't hear her say that. You stay in your room.
Yeah, you didn't hear me say that.
you do your bad boy things.
That was a rough one. 29.
Okay. Yeah. So you plunge the Chidori into the ceiling jutsu, which immediately recoils and begins sort of swirling around it as this ancient infused energy clashes with your Chidori.
Perfect sounds coming from the tomb.
I'll say with
Just
a
stay here.
29.
Please just stay here.
Yeah.
Beg.
So the ceiling jutsu peels away, and the tomb becomes a little bit more dark as the lid shifts slightly.
Okay, using all my reinforcements and stuff that I have now prepped for this, can I move the lid off?
Sure, it's a strength check.
Okay. Well, if this fails, you always go back to earth and grass. That's how it is.
What does this mercenary think of my pacing, Hudson?
He's probably kind of annoyed, but he's not going to say anything. He's not going to.
He's not gonna start a fight with a
aggravate the
ninja.
ninja. Yeah.
10 times stronger than
Okay, 14.
Okay. So it's a massive freaking lid.
He said,
so
okay.
you push at it, and it does nothing. I'll say the 14. You get like a tiny little bit, just enough so you can get a sliver of light that you can sort of peek inside with.
Okay, I choose to peek inside. What are we looking in there?
Make a perception check.
His eyes looking back at you.
With disadvantage, since it is dark in the room right now, or it's dim light rather.
That perception. Oh boy. Oh, come on.
Okay. Well, with the 12, you get the basic stuff. So inside, there's a humanoid figure that's lying down in the center of it all. He has bandages around him, but some of his skin is exposed.
Ew.
But you can't really get a sense of what it doesn't smell bad for what it's worth. Like like rotting flesh smell. This does not smell like that.
Okay, can I just make an earthen construct and move this lid?
Sure, earthen.
Just a normal earthen grass. Move this lid.
Yeah, so you can roll again. Instead of strength, it'll be a ninjutsu check, right?
Yeah. Go ahead. Oh my god!
Well, I mean, you can try again. As long as you're concentrating on it, you can just keep trying until you move it.
You just let me know what the number is.
Yeah. That well, actually, no, that won't work. No, keep going.
Okay, 12 again. Cool.
I love the idea. We're hearing him grunt over and over in there. We're just like, you good?
Yeah, you hear like stone scraping along stone. It's not a pleasant sound.
Rada, what do you think of my pacing?
I am about to try to grapple you here in about 2 seconds flat.
Okay, so the lid, you finally push off most of it, so it kind of reveals the left half of the tomb. The figure inside is fully revealed now. He has bandages all around his face, and around his arms and around his legs and sort of around his, for modesty as well.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's exposed skin, and the skin is like this strange, like ashen gray.
Okay, out of curiosity, I feel like I would try to touch it gently Because I feel like in my mind it would be like a lot more not there. At least the skin, anyway.
Okay. So you touch his skin lightly. It presses down just as normal skin would.
Gross.
I kind of lean over as this. I'm like, "How's it going in there?
It's going great. It's going great.
Are we done? Are we done yet?
Not quite. Just give me 1 second.
Okay, please
Take a
stop.
selfie with mommy.
Please don't do anything dumb. I don't want to have to report a dead teammate. Thank you.
That's
Okay. What would you like to do?
Okay, what are we rolling for there, Chief?
Yeah,
Don't
what are
worry
we
about
rolling for? Yeah,
I-
What are you doing?
Can I want to stay behind the wall, like peek around. I want to see what's happening. Like it's been too long. I'm curious now.
I mean, you just see Izuto like reaching into the tomb and like doing something. You can't really
As
tell
I see
what
him
what he's
reaching
doing.
in, I yell, "Can you not mess with dead bodies, please?"
Is his face covered?
Yeah, his entire head is covered. Go ahead and make another perception check, Izuto, as you're a little closer to him now at this point.
I think he's ignoring me, Suiko.
12. 12.
Okay. So you hear just super faintly, but the tomb is pretty freaking quiet right now. You hear like the faint sound of breathing, and his chest like rising and falling just slightly.
I pull out of my pack a greater blood pill and give it to him.
Stop! Why would you
His
do
head is
that?
completely covered by bandages.
Do I see
Okay.
him? Wait, do I see him grabbing this blood pill?
Not yet.
What?
It's covered by bandages.
Well, okay. You can make a sleight of hand, Izuto, Arata, make a perception check.
The hell is this?
Get fucked. What the hell are you doing, Izuto?
Got fucked. What do you mean?
I won.
He
You didn't tell.
hasn't rolled.
Oh!
Yeah,
Shit.
he hadn't rolled
I
his.
thought the 12 was his roll.
12,
No, the 12 was-
brother. You didn't
Damn.
see anything.
24.
So Izuto, you very stealthily grab a blood pill, and you have it in the tomb. Like I said, his head is completely covered with bandages. It's like wrapped around.
Ew.
What would you like? Oh, Arata, go ahead and make another perception check.
Hearing?
Is this hearing this time?
This is hearing, yeah. Actually, no need. Oh, okay. Well, you rolled anyway. The mercenary, he calls back, and you hear this anyway.
Mhm.
You hear that creatures are approaching from the hallway.
Fuck me. Okay, I yell at Izuto and I'm like, "Hey, dinosaurs are coming in. I'm gonna go try to help out. Please
I'll
come
join
help
you
if you
shortly."
can. Please, just leave the bodies alone." And I say it really annoyed as I walk back with Than.
Here, before he leaves, hold on, before you leave.
Oh, okay. No.
I hand over 10 greater blood pills, which I expect them back. At least the ones you didn't
Unused.
use.
No, that's fair.
And 10 greater
What you
chakra
rolling
pills.
for, Hudson?
Okay. Thank you, Izuto. Please don't get yourself.
Okay,
hurt.
with my
wouldn't
you know
have
with my sand, trying to be as smooth as possible, kind of like
Izuto, you head back there. There's nothing in the tomb.
You bitch, Arata.
God damn.
What? Hey, do I hear him say this?
You just keep cursing.
Do I see anything around me?
No. However, the tomb gets considerably more dark. You can go and make another perception check with disadvantage.
Could I pull out a glow rod out of my pack and
Sure.
get a disadvantage?
Yes, I wanna.
Yes. It'll just be a normal roll then.
I asked Suito to come up with me, and we can kind of stand at the door just to be ready to fight whatever comes
Oh
in.
my god.
Also, before,
Okay.
just in case this matters, I'm gonna go ahead and coat my weapon and Than's weapon in like the assassin's blood poison.
Okay. So Izuto, you feel a hand at your back, gripping you sharply.
Nice.
As you turn around, there's nothing there.
You woke him up, you better
Hey,
friend.
Suiko, do you want poison on your weapon?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
I pour some
I,
assassin's blood on her claws.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So the door, you hear something ramming it, multiple somethings.
Okay,
I scream that Izuto, we need your help.
Okay,
They're getting you.
I go ahead and take. Greater Chocopil is 2d8, right?
Yeah.
I will go ahead and take 3 of those.
Okay. Sure.
Jesus, that's rough.
He's just popping pills.
53. Okay. Anything, Hudson?
So that will take. All right. So after that, you're planning on moving out? Is that the idea, or are you staying in there?
I was gonna cast a lightning rod and then move out.
Okay.
But like slowly, still kind of looking around me. I know something's in here.
Okay. So you cast a lightning rod?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sure. It lights up the area around you pretty effectively, and you're just holding it as a weapon in your hands. You look around. There's no sign of what, if anything, touched you. Do you lose or are you gonna get rid of the earthen grass? I'm gonna say is probably gone at this point.
Yeah. The earthen grass was not there.
Izuto.
Suiko, you're still down there. Time matters a little more right now than it did before.
Oh, where did I go? Where did you take me? There I am.
Yeah,
Okay, I kind of call out. Do I hear anything? Like, hey, if you're there, I don't mean any harm. Just trying to figure out what you are, bud.
There's no response. And now we will go ahead and roll for initiative as the door caves in.
Okay.
Pog champ.
Oh, right. I gotta do it too. Oh, 5. Hell yeah.
Oh, wait. Why'd you roll -1? Your
That's my
initiative shouldn't
initiative.
be... What?
There's enough for this one.
Wait, how is your initiative -1?
What is initiative? How do you get the number?
It's dex and then half of
half
proficiency.
Yeah.
What did you guys say? Dex and half of proficiency?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your
So I have
dex
0
mod-
dex, and mine's still +2.
And
Yeah.
half.
Yeah, initiative should never be negative. Unless you have
okay.
like some kind of effect, I guess. But
Okay, so half of proficiency 2. So it would just be a 1 then.
half your proficiency should be 2. What's your dex modifier?
Yeah. -1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it should be +1. So you should have a 7.
7, but I don't think it
Okay,
matters.
I fixed her.
No,
I
just
fixed her thing. Just go ahead and reroll.
Did it
All
used
right.
to actually be -1? That's crazy.
yeah, because my proficiency's gone up.
Fair enough.
Level.
So the door begins to cave in, and some spears, some spikes are being thrown in from the outside
Sick.
at Suiko.
Ah.
So, well, the first one hits, but you don't have your reaction yet. So all of them hit
Great.
for a total of
Yep.
18,
Rock start.
17 plus 14, 49 points of damage.
Love to see it.
Charging in soon after is a creature that you've seen before but you haven't fought against. A large sort of turtleback with a club as a tail, and he will attempt to club Arata.
Poggers.
And he misses.
Yay.
Izuto, you're up next. You hear the sound of like the door caving in, and
I yell as the door caves in. Izuto, we need you now.
Yeah, as I hear that, the one blood pill that I had, I just dropped it on the ground and then immediately run.
I place it on the ground, not really drop it, but I place it on the ground.
And I just kind of yell out like, "All right, my team needs me. When you're ready, I'll be back."
When you're ready.
Okay.
We're on
Take
your
your time,
time.
sweetie.
We're on your time.
Now we'll go ahead and do 60, but the constructs are there because I put them in very inconvenient spots.
Oh, Rada rolled so low on initiative for like the first time.
Yeah, I
ever.
was about to say you guys both rolled really low.
Yeah, I nat one.
Okay. That is me with a dash.
Okay. Next up. And-
Before I do this, I also tell this mercenary in front of me to move out of the way.
Okay. He does like hug the wall. This other guy sort of hugs the wall. This other guy sort of goes up and joins him. The next sand clubber charges forward and attacks Suiko.
Nice.
So Suiko, you're at 16 health already? You got
Yeah, the
She got
last
hit
one
by all
did
3 spike.
39, right?
Oh, goodness.
Missing, however.
That's big.
Next up is Thanatos.
All right. Than, what are you gonna do? What's the plan, Than? He is going to. I guess I could do this and hit both of them. So, if his weapon is poisoned right now and he afterglows, which would technically hit both of these clubbers, will that poison both of them? Since it's within, as long as he hits it, obviously. Oh yay! Torch Than is back.
What was the question?
So if Than afterglows, because like he could afterglow and like go through these two sand clubbers,
Right.
and his thing is poisoned, will the poison affect both of them as long as it hits, of course?
I believe it only affects the first like damage roll against. So it would only affect one.
Okay. God, there's a lot to deal with here. Okay. In that case, I guess it's fine. We're gonna have to deal with them either way. So Than goes ahead, and as we have seen, kind of gets down in his stance, and dashes through these two pretty rapidly. Okay, quick question actually: is this door like from here to here? Like, is that how this door works?
Yeah. So it's those 4 spaces, I think. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Puts him in a rough spot, but I guess it's fine. Then kind of bang dashes through, hitting both. My first roll to hit will be that first guy, so if it hits, the poison will affect him, I suppose. Let's see. I always forget. This is weird because he has plus 3 dex. He gets plus
Stand torch.
5 because he's highest. Or no, sorry, plus 8. And then plus 1 with Elk Collar.
So he will go ahead and use his bestial instinct on both of them. So your attacks, both of Than's attacks, have disadvantage.
That's some of the most lame shit I've ever heard in my life. Alright, so that's the first guy. And then for the second
So
guy...
21 and a 19.
Yeah, so 19's my low roll.
Okay,
and then
that'll
the
hit.
next guy will be 17. Does 17 hit?
Okay, 17 is his AC. So both of those
Nice.
go
Okay.
ahead.
So I guess the first guy is the one that takes the poison, so he needs to do a con save for DC 12 for the poison.
Okay. Yeah, he makes a
I
save.
think he saves. Okay, so he takes he'll take 2d6 poison damage, but I think he only takes half the damage, and he's not actually poisoned. Do you just want me to add that into my damage roll, I guess?
Yeah, sure. That's fine.
Okay, so d8 for the weapon, plus 3, plus elk collar, plus 2d6. Actually, I'll do that separately, just so we know to half it. So this is the weapon hit, and then /R, 2d6. So then he takes, wow. So he takes 6 from the poison. So 15 to the first guy.
Okay.
And then a d8 plus 4 for the next one. All right, and 5 to the second guy. But then as he hits the end, he turns around, as we've seen before, kind of leaps in the air, and falls down onto him. Was that his reaction, him doing the bestial thing?
Yeah, those are both of those reactions.
So he
yeah.
couldn't do it again right now?
No.
Okay, cool. So then I get advantage. So that's good. So it'll be plus 9 to hit. I think. Let me make sure. Yeah. Okay. So this is for the falling blade on the guy closer, and that's why we have advantage. Go team. Bet.
Okay, that'll
So
hit.
now I'm hitting him with my weapon damage plus my 60-10 plus 1.
Then low-key
color.
became the strongest party member.
He really did. He really did. Especially because I use
Those
his
two levels
elk.
matters.
Yeah, and his elk collar has mattered a lot of times that I've used it. And then so he's taking this damage plus he gets 5 ranks of bleeding.
Okay. Well, all right. The bleeding will actually matter in this case. All right, so that's it for Than, or he still has movement, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, he did use his reaction. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna move Than away from this because I feel unsafe for him. I want him to stay close though.
You can. I mean,
can he move through people? Can he can he move through me and Suiko?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have him step here. Then I'll have Than stay there.
Okay. So he goes through and then just runs back.
Goes through and kind of like prances back, very happy that he hit his whole combo, just doing a little prance walking back.
All right. This Sand Spiker will step forward. Suiko. Well, actually, I guess both of you are paying attention. Arata and Suiko both make perception checks, please.
Okay. Is this sound or smell?
This would be this is sight.
Okay. Dude, my perception checks have been rough today.
Mine are all rough.
By my non-combat rolls.
I don't think I've ever succeeded one of these.
Okay. So Suiko, you see it directing its attention towards you, just sort of roaring, getting ready to throw more spikes at you, finish you off.
The giant Than.
Then it blinks its eyes for a second, and looks over at Arata and throws them at him instead.
Pause, champ. Says who?
Your bad perception roll.
Okay, so
those two of them hit for 21 points of damage.
I can't sub out of it, but I will use my. Oh, there's so many people. Oh, I don't have reaction. Just kidding. All right, so 21.
Yep.
You have 10 red blood pills and 10 truck pills.
True.
The next spiker steps forward. He throws additional spikes at Arata.
Dude, what? Why then?
So you could sub out potentially.
Okay. How much did it hit?
The first one was an 18 to hit.
Okay, then, and if I sub out, the rest of them miss, correct?
Well, I direct them towards someone else. Or towards you if you're still within range.
Okay. Do I happen to know the range of this? I'm assuming not. Alright. Where is...
You fought these guys before, but I don't know if you ever saw their max range.
No, I don't think we would have. So plus 3.5 my movement. Yeah, I will go ahead... Oh, wait, no, I can't sub out. That's a reaction.
Oh, true. I forgot about that. So you just take it to the
I'm
face.
Just zeroed, I guess.
Yep, you're down. Next up, the Clubber. He sort of struggles to get through, but his buddies are kind of in the way at the moment. He will prep an action to attack anything that comes near him. Suiko, you're up. Suiko, make a wisdom check, please.
Oh, I'm great at those.
I didn't mean to click what I just clicked.
I'm so wise.
Never mind. What would you like to do?
Okay. This is going great. Okay. Okay. Can I take a blood pill as a bonus action? That can be a reaction, right?
Yeah, you can take a blood pill as a bonus action, but if you feed it to someone else, that's an action.
Okay. Okay.
Phase just won a septuple overtime game. Anyway.
So I'm not gonna be able to do shit this round. Okay, alright. So I will feed Arata a greater blood pill. And then we can only have one blood pill each round, right? Right?
I mean, one at a time. I mean, it takes an action to eat or feed it to someone, or a bonus action. You could take 2, I guess, if you used a bonus action and an action. You could take 2 yourself.
Okay, but I cannot feed both of us too.
No, you'd only be able to feed 1 to Arata. and then one for
Okay.
yourself, I guess.
Arata, you got a greater blood pill. 4d4 plus 4. And then.
Ooh, good rolls. Let me take that.
Cool. And then I will take one too. Thank you.
That's actually huge because it's my turn coming up. So thankies.
Yeah. That was my dealio.
Thankies.
Okay. And then, well. Okay. And then. Okay, shit. I'm still figuring out. Okay. Use my action to feed him. Use my reaction to feed myself, right?
It's your bonus action to feed yourself.
Not my bonus action. I cannot use a combo point.
No, you just have your movement left for this round, unfortunately.
Okay. 16, 17.
The guy in front of you cannot attack of opportunity you if that makes you feel better.
He cannot have an op.
He already
Attack of
reacted. He already reacted earlier to Than.
Okay. I don't want to sit here and take these spikes, but also if I move, then that guy can move forward. Okay. So,
How far is this?
yeah, how bad of an idea is it for me to move back? We're both looking real bad, huh?
We're not in a great spot necessarily.
We're not in a great spot.
I mean, I
Alright,
could always
how
darkness tag, but we don't have anywhere to go backwards.
yeah.
So I don't know how much it's gonna help. I guess I could throw it at like the doorway, block vision.
Yeah, please. Okay. How are we feeling if I moved back? This guy in front of you goes next, and then that dude goes next. Okay, I'm gonna move back.
But I'd really like to hit this guy in front of me because I could hurt him.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna. Oh, I still have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh, fuck. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Alright, well.
Okay. Next up is Arata.
Okay, I guess to try to make these ranged guys' life a little harder, and because I'm assuming Izuto is gonna get here soon, for my action, I'm gonna go ahead and throw a dark tag, which we know now has a radius of 15. So I guess throwing it like there wouldn't be the worst idea. That kind of blocks the whole doorway too. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and throw a darkness tag like right here. Oh, I'm on my tool. Like right here on this square.
Okay, here, I'll make it real quick. 15-foot radius, right?
Yes.
So where do you want it?
Right there. Yeah.
Okay.
And then so let me take the.
You can see the aura for it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Okay.
can. Heck yeah, darkness.
I'll say that'll at least make the ranged guys not able to hit us as easily right now.
Yeah.
Let me see. 43. So that's -9, 34. 343 chakra. Let's go. Okay. 34. Bonus action, I will take one of the 10 greater blood pills. So I don't think there's much else to do with my bonus action at the moment. Let's go. Big rolls. All right. 25, 35. Nice. And then I will go ahead and I could pick Thane up and get him out of the way, which might be a good idea. If I have... Oh, wait, no, I can't. You said it's... Or you said I could use Thane's reaction to jump into my arms, right? That's
Yeah.
kind of the ruling we had made. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use Thane's reaction to move him, knowing Izuto's coming up, and he will jump into my arms, and I will run 15 feet over here.
Okay.
And kind of set him down. I'll leave him.
All right.
That's fine. So this is pitch black. You can't see.
Yeah,
anything.
so you see some spikes being thrown in. They just like impact the floor in like this general area. The clubber bursts through out of the darkness,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
sees you, and moves on over.
I at least have my reaction this time. I think my AC is 18, so I don't think I could avoid it. Yeah.
No,
how
and
was
that's
he
a
doing?
max damage roll too.
I I think I'm not gonna choose to react to that because I at least survived the 18, so I'm gonna save my reaction for now.
Okay. Izuto's up next.
27, 17.
And I need to go to the bathroom real quick, so figure out your turn. I'll be right back.
I literally lost the blood pill I just ate. Sick.
Yeah.
I tried to get out of the way for you here, Izuto, to get some room. I don't.
Well, my idea is to get on a burrow.
That's actually so funny.
Bonus action and then
5 bonus action. Use the. That's really funny, actually.
What are you planning to do?
He's gonna get on the burr, so he can like bonus action move, so he can save his action for doing something, which is kind of sick.
I have the lance.
Are you close enough to? Cause it'll take 5 to get on.
Yeah.
And you'll move 20, right, and then 5 to get off, so you could end.
No, it'll be 5. 20. Oh, mine's not showing. Sorry. It'll be 5.
Just to remind you guys, you saw you left the burrs outside of this area because you weren't sure if you would have to make a quick escape.
Yeah.
These 5 burrs are the ones that these people brought with them. You don't know where your burrs are.
Yay. So are you saying getting on them is not an option?
I mean, if you recall, it takes a little bit of an animal handling check for them to accept you as a rider.
Okay, fair. Okay, never mind. I will just do 30.
I mean, hey, worst case is darkness tag. I think still helps quite a bit. So.
Yeah.
30. Yeah, 30. And then I will go ahead and holding my lance in one arm with my other, go ahead and do a lightning uppercut. And try to pop him.
Okay. Is this okay? Just a roll to hit.
I'm guessing that hits.
Yeah. They have an AC of 17.
I was like, clubbers are
so that'll be-
17.
Well, actually, he's gonna use his bestial instinct to make you roll a disadvantage.
Okay.
Oh, I thought that was something because Than was a beast. That's just something they can do. I see.
No, they are beasts. It's
Okay.
a reference to them,
Gotcha.
not to Than.
I thought it was for like beasts. I was like, damn, Than's getting the short end of the stick here.
Alright,
No,
that will hit anyway, and he does not have a reaction. Right.
Yeah, correct.
Alright, so lightning uppercut is one of my refined, so it'll be a 5d8 instead of a 4d8.
He's crazy.
Yeah, I guess. Perhaps so that doesn't matter. Trying to figure out everything here. And then I will go ahead and I will just do that. The 5d8. Oh my god.
I forget I can roll. Okay, yeah, Than's roll to hit should be
That's
even
pretty
more
low.
than I have.
Pretty low.
That is rough. And instead of using the +2 attack modifier, I will just go ahead and teleport fucking 10 feet.
Okay. It's called the Zappy Teleport. All right, so 16 points of damage, right?
Yeah, 16. 2 nat 1s. Let's go, baby. Hey, they're 20 feet in the air. Do they hit the ceiling? Does that cause damage? How was feeling about that?
How do we feel? How do we feel?
The ceiling is, I would say it's probably at least like 25, 30 feet. It's a large chamber.
Oh, how convenient.
It is very convenient. I mean, if you look at the freaking statue next to us.
No, yeah, no, it does make sense. It does make sense.
Is that your turn, Izuto?
I haven't used my bonus action yet, right? Until the end of your turn, the target can be targeted by a jutsu. Oh, I didn't overcharge them. So stupid. That's fine. Yeah. No, I guess I won't do anything.
Okay.
Oh, I'm a dumb little boy. Yeah, you're good.
All right. Next up is the Sand Clover. He charges out of the darkness here. So I guess I need to count movement, don't I? Let's see. 15 feet. He sees the situation.
And
He
runs
will-
away.
He will dash over to Izuto.
Sheesh.
Than is up.
Alright. Oh, he needs to take his bleeding. 5d6.
Oh, good point. You go and roll that.
Dun, dun, dun. I think it's 5d6. Let me oh no, it's d4s. Sorry.
It's not nothing. Okay. So 14 points of damage. Oh, that was -1. All right. Than is up now.
Sitting at 13, eh? What do I want Than to do? I think Than is gonna go ahead and I don't know how I want to go about this. How much does he have? 6, 12, 18, 24. I guess that's better. So Than goes ahead and kind of sheaths his weapon, I guess. And you see his fangs. I think we've seen this a single time before. Kind
It
of
goes against me.
yes, kind of mold into this iron. I don't think he did this one against you, did he? He might have. His teeth. Oh yeah, I think he did. His teeth kind of mold, and his teeth and claws like mold into this iron, and you see them be like visibly harder. Like you could just tell. And then after that, he looks at this sandclubber next to us and goes for a fang-tearing fang, in which he just kind of rapid strike and bite. Goes for 2 attacks on him.
Okay.
This will be d20 plus 9. All right, and then he'll roll for his.
This guy already used. Yeah, go for it. He already used his bestial instinct.
Gotcha. And this is the other hit. Bang.
Both hits.
Oh, does he get it? No, he doesn't have +1 to crit. That's me when I have a primary target, which I haven't done. So yeah, he goes ahead and hits both. So he kind of goes for like a little slash and bite going through him. Range are 2d6 plus 44 plus 1 plus 1. And then he will do that twice.
Wait, so it's 48 points of damage?
Well, no, that was for 1 attack. I was going to do the other attack. I mean, I'm assuming because it's 2 attacks, it's 2 damage rolls.
Yeah,
Oh, I did the dex. That should be +3, so 27 total. And then 21. Nice. Because basically what it's adding is like the 2d6 is the jutsu, the 44 is his unarmed from his teeth being sharp, 1 is the collar, 1 is the piercing from him biting, and then the 3 is the dex.
Okay. The sandclubber falls heavily against the stone, with Thanatos taking him out.
Bro, Than kind of goes hard.
Yeah, level 8 Than is hard.
Level 8 Than goes crazy.
All right. That's you have your movement still for Than, right?
Yes. Trying to think what Easy Toe would be planning. I suppose I'll kind of back him.
I mean, you can talk to me. I'm within earshot, I think.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be a lot for me to be like, what are you doing? And then relate to Than, and like I feel like it's a lot of things happening.
Okay.
I didn't know if that was fair. So I will just have him kind of walk by this clubber and just kind of go into this corner by Easy Toe.
Okay. Than can go ahead and make a perception check at the end of his turn here.
Okay. Does this happen to be sight or smell?
This is hearing.
Okay. Oh, did I say sight or smell? I meant hearing or smell. Yes. He gets +4 and then plus my wisdom mod. Oh no, this isn't hunting. Just kidding. It's just boop.
Okay.
Yeah, that's rough.
No, I'm gonna say no. In the middle of combat, things are already loud.
Okay.
In any case, that's it for Than. Next up is one of the spiky guys. And then Flubber. So we'll go. Let's see. Charges out. And then he will go here. This dash. Actually, no. He'll stay there. Prepare to run. Additionally. All right. Next up is Suiko.
Hey, Darkness OP.
Okay, I do not want to be in front of those sand spiders.
Oh, sorry, Suiko, make a wisdom check.
Oh, I'm great at those. I love it.
You have been a little rough at the wisdom checks today.
Yeah. Not listening to the dragon, huh?
Really not.
Yep. Nope. Never mind. Go for it.
I blame the
still
heat
holding the
battle.
fish thing over you.
He really is, yeah.
He is upset about you cooking the fish.
Yeah, he is.
Which, hey, fair.
Yeah, fair. Next time I'll cook him.
Whoa.
Don't do that.
Whoa.
All right, your turn.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. What do I want to do? I will.
Oh, I should have. Oh, never mind. I also need to mark off my blood pill.
Yeah, okay. So I want to take one of my greater blood pills. I can use that as my reaction, correct?
Your bonus action.
Bonus action. Yes.
Bonus action, yeah.
Let's go. Give me something. What do I have? 28.
Oh, Than
Okay.
should have lost, I believe, another 6 chakra. Yeah.
So what does that put me at? 42, huh? Oh, too bad. There we go. Okay. I like that better. And then who's next? Oh, you're surrounded by a bunch of friends, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. Well, the one in front of me is knocked out, at least.
Yeah, he's dead, so...
I'm also going to try to get this one off of Izuto.
You do also hear creatures coming from the darkness. Like they're very loud. So you do hear that they're coming.
They're stomping.
Okay.
Stomp, stomp, stomp.
So, I'm gonna attack this dude. And I'm going to do my little high monk move and do 2 kicks at him.
Okay. Classic.
Classic.
The good
We
old.
love our Suiko kicks.
We do stand our Suiko kicks around here.
So he would
Stand
have.
the ones that hit, huh?
Okay. So roll a third time because that first one he would use bestial aggression or instinct. So that would be a disadvantage. That one misses, and the second one misses as well, with a 3.
Damn, that's
Mm.
that's tough.
Yeah.
Come on.
So that's your turn, I think, Suiko.
Do I still have the movement?
You still have movement left, presumably, yeah.
Oh, does he still get a attack of opportunity if I move away?
No, he used his reaction to dodge your first hit.
So like you're here. I just wanted to see what it was at. I'm sorry to see.
Okay, I was like, why am I moving? Okay, so yeah.
Why am I moving?
Unless he's 2x2, but I think we agree that it was 1x2 last time.
Yeah, these guys are technically 1 by 2.
Yeah.
Get him out of my way. I'll move right here. Okay. Well, that was useless.
It
Moving
do
on.
that sometimes.
Next up is Arata. Arata. Oh yeah, go ahead and go, Arata.
Okay. I don't want to use excessive chakra and such here, so I just kind of walk up 10 feet, and I go ahead and go for a little slap-a-rooski, as one would do. I guess I still have the poison. I don't know if that matters, but I'm trying to think. Do I? No, I don't have any way to get advantage or anything. Okay, I just step forward and kind of go for a hit, I suppose.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun. Nice.
Definitely hits.
All right. He never used a poison, so that will be hitting. I also get my sneak attack, so I get d6 plus. He'll have to make a con save. Plus 3.
He makes his con save just barely, I think.
Yes.
It's a DC 12.
Yeah. Wow. Actually, okay, no, poison will kill him. So.
Okay, so with poison on top of that, he does
Yeah.
thud to the floor.
Yeah. And then bonus action, I'm gonna pop one more greater blood pill. I'm so sorry for using your blood pills here.
You're good. I gave them to you.
All right, I go up to 27. Honestly, my
Cool.
first 2 were really good, so I can't complain.
Fair.
And then with my last 20, hey Izuto, where you planning on going on your next one?
I am just meleeing people right now. I don't plan on using
Oh, that's it?
any
Okay.
AoEs.
In that case, I will kind of
Not for this turn.
Gotcha. I'll try to stay with the team, but stay like over here.
Okay. You're ending your turn?
Yes.
All right, make a perception check. This is for hearing.
Okay. That's 3. Big
Okay,
rolls.
yeah. You hear something larger coming down the hallway.
God damn it.
I immediately report this to the squad.
Okay.
Letting them know that I hear a big boy incoming. We need to deal with these guys now or just come up with something.
Okay.
Izuto, you're up.
All right, I will go ahead and go. My lance, or I guess my staff, transforming more into a scythe. And coming down here, it does have a range of 10, so I can hit him from here. And I will go ahead and just do a melee ninjutsu attack.
Izuto, charging into battle.
I've changed. I'm better now.
He's a changed man.
17.
Roll with disadvantage, I believe. He will use his reaction.
Little beautiful person. Aha!
All right, that'll hit.
Still hits. All right. This being one of my refined jutsus will increase by a damage die. So that will be a 5d10, and I will use the damage mod on this one, so it'll be a +2. I'll go ahead and be 29 points of damage.
All right, pretty solid.
All right, and then I will go ahead and I will actually not do that. So never mind. Yep, that'll be my my turn. I guess I have 10 more movement. Yeah, I'll go ahead and just stay there,
Okay.
and that'll be it.
Next up is Than.
Than.
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Well, whatever. Izuto, Suiko, Arata, and Thanatos, all of you guys can make perception checks real quick. This would have been at the start of the round.
Okay. Does this happen to be hearing or smell?
This is sight.
Okay. That's Arata's.
Yeah. Izuto got a 2.
Yeah, I got a 2, baby.
4.
Oh yeah, we're so perceptive.
Up there.
That's good, because the Izuto, it wouldn't have changed anything, because you didn't
The
notice.
15 is Than.
Alright, yeah, no, never mind. Than is up.
Okay. I love when you do that, by the way. Okay, Than goes ahead and runs up with his 30. And again, kind of just like previously, goes for a little slash bite combo. I'm taking out the legs per usual. And it hits with a plus. Oh, you get plus 7, +1. I think that's it. Yes. Just plus it. Oh, a miss. No, he's been doing so good. Damn.
Wow, yeah, those all misses. Okay. You still have your whatever movement you have left.
That was all his movement.
Okay.
I'm trying to think, does he only get yeah.
Next up is this guy. He steps outside of the thing, throws 3 spikes at Izuto. 10 to hit, 21.
I'm at 20 right
One
now.
hit. Okay.
I will go ahead and reaction. I spinning my scythe, blocking them, and it will increase my AC by whatever this roll is until the beginning of my next turn.
Oh, okay.
So I'm at a 24.
Okay.
Until the beginning of my turn.
And he will retreat back into the darkness afterwards. This guy will go 1, 2, 3. He will target. He will target Than.
It's fucked up.
For 21 points of damage.
18.
And he will crawl back into the darkness. Well, actually, this procs this guy's prepared action. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he charges out, unknowing what's there. All right. Sandclubber is up. Sandclubber will go around and attack Than.
That's okay. Chillax.
Missing.
Nice.
Suiko, you're up.
I'm kind of in this, huh?
Yeah.
I don't have much movement here.
I'm mad that he stayed next to Than the whole time. Than just.
I mean,
wanted to nip him.
this is one of the first fights where it's like you'll get how I play now, so
Yeah.
it's all good.
Suiko, you're up. Oh, go and make a wisdom check, Suiko.
Oh, what is this? The 5th time?
The dragon's really trying to get you, though.
He's
He's
trying.
really trying to help,
He's
and
really
I'm
trying
not
to help.
listening.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
So, with your rolls related to your water dragon abilities, the dragon is attempting to help you right now, so you will have advantage on those checks. If you recall, each of them starts with a check, so you'll have advantage on that check. Should you choose to use them now.
Oh,
If you
on
use a
the
dragon jutsu. Or dragon related jutsu.
shit, I did open them.
I sent you a thing. I think you looked at it.
Yeah, I have it saved. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay. Oh,
It's called Water Dragon Abilities PDF.
Alright.
Also, is the fact that
Appropriate
everything is lightning affecting any of these guys or no?
It appears to just do normal damage against them. They aren't absorbing it, at least, like one of the creatures did.
Like
Okay.
the other guy.
Big T-Rex, man.
Big T-Rex mid.
Yeah.
I got so many of these moves.
The
I didn't
big
take this
T.
in consideration.
The big T. Oh, it's 20 feet, not 10 feet. I have that written wrong. Oh, no, I can just do that as a bonus action. Oh.
Like,
Getting
Okay.
kind of cute.
okay.
And for 5, I can supercharge it. Okay.
So I'm the one who has to make these checks, Hudson.
Correct. At the moment, you have advantage because it's trying to help you.
Okay. We're not doing the wisdom one. That's for sure. What's my constitution looking like? Where? +3.
I have a
Well,
plan.
You do? What's your plan? What's going on over
I don't
there?
think it's really gonna do a whole lot, but we'll
But
see.
it is a plan. That's better than nothing.
It is a plan.
The first one, it says I have to shoot it in a line. Can it be diagonal?
Yeah, as long as it originates from you, it can be whatever, as long as it's a line.
What are we thinking about this line right here, Hudson? Can I only hit the spiky dudes and avoid Pan and Izuto?
That's like you did.
You can make an intelligence check.
Aw. Look at those. What do I have for that? Like a 0? Yep, big fat 0. We love to see it.
Hey, better than negative.
Okay. You're not sure. You've only tried that one like a couple times. It's very powerful, as you might imagine.
Okay, hold on. I completely forgot about these.
I like that your dragon was really like, yeah, y'all finna be fucked if I don't get in here.
Yeah. Oh, creature.
A dragon really said, I'm getting my... Also, love that these mercenaries are just watching this all happen. This is so cool. Thanks,
They got
guys.
20 health,
What's up with
brother. What the
them?
fuck do you expect them to do?
Yeah,
Some ship
they're-
damage, okay? Just like throw your sword at him or something, you know? Like,
They're like doing like cool like poses. They're like trying to look intimidating.
they're trying to... So what you're saying is any intimidation checks on them and we should get advantage.
True. You can intimidate these same creatures.
then the waterfall one. It falls to the ground, splashing out a radius equal to the amount of feet that fell. Do I get to determine
Right.
the amount of feet it falls?
Well, you determine the point where it forms. So yeah, you can choose basically how, what point in the air. I'll say the ceiling here is about 30 feet, so at a maximum it could be 30 foot radius.
30 feet. Oh, Jesus.
I mean, you
this
probably
is-
don't want it to be 30 feet. You could just do
Yeah.
5 feet. You could do it any between
Oh.
5 and 30.
Okay, so I can control that. Okay.
Yeah, it forms wherever at the point you specify. So
Okay. Let me look at my charisma. How are we looking on
I
there?
am interested in all of these jutsus.
That +2. All right, we're gonna try the waterfall one. We'll see how that goes. All right.
okay.
I'm gonna make my
Charisma check, right? So make a charisma
Yes.
check with advantage.
okay. Oh, here's to hoping.
Hey, advantage OP, baby. Advantage OP.
Watch me get another 4.
Oh.
Yo.
Okay. All right. So you, with your bond with the water dragon, manifest some of its power. Where you? What point are you trying to?
That's a fair
Form it up.
question. I didn't think I would get this far. I'm thinking right here with a 10-foot radius. That would hit all of them, right? Yeah.
Okay. So a ball of beautiful, completely clean water just forms in the air about 10 feet up in the ceiling from where Suiko is pointing. It swirls like super, super fast, like a massive whirlpool is like all contained within it, and then it just falls to the ground. Each of the creatures, as it falls to the ground, it splashes out rapidly, faster than you would expect water to move. And they make strength saves, right? Okay.
Yeah, strength saves against a DC 18. Please fail all of them, Hudson. Feel free to not roll high.
Well, these guys, you targeted the right guys. They are not proficient with
If
their.
she does a
strength saves.
20 on the check, is that considered a crit for this?
No, it is not.
What a
God
shame.
damn it. hits
Only
me,
one
though.
of them saves. Yeah, surprisingly. So go and roll the damage for that.
Okay, we're looking at a
Better for
2d8
this.
throw or take 2d8 cool damage.
What was the DC to save?
18.
Oh,
Yeah.
convenient.
Yeah. DC to save was 18.
18. So I hit 2 of them.
Yeah.
Nice.
Does the other take half, or does it completely avoid it?
It powers through it. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Or take 2d9. Okay, 2d8. I don't add anything to that, huh?
No, just 2d8. This one's more of a utility thing. It's not as much of a damage one.
Okay. Please get high.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Chip damage.
So two of them take the two bottom ones in the darkness take 12 points of damage, and you hear them fall to the ground. They are prone.
Get wrecked.
Arata, you're up next.
Okay. So I know that they're in this darkness, and I can't technically see them. But the way that Afterglow is written is just like you hit everything you run by. So if I were to end up at this space right here, and I Afterglow down for 30 feet, because I'm not necessarily intentionally targeting this guy.
It'd be a straight roll. It'd be a straight roll.
Okay, and and we're okay with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, it's not. We're okay with it. It's they. You would have a form of advantage and disadvantage, so it would both cancel out, and it'd be a straight roll.
Okay, gotcha. I was more asking for the sense of because I was making sure I wasn't metagaming too much in the sense that I'm dashing through like this, to hit them, but rather I'm lining these two up.
You know that they're there.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah. You just can't see them directly.
Gotcha. So I step up, move up 10 feet, and then similar as Than has done, I prep down in my little Zenitsu stance and oh my god, I grabbed the wrong person. I grabbed the club guy. The club guy zooms. I go all the way through the three of them, sniping them
Okay.
as I go by.
Just to remind, I think you can, if you want to, you can end the concentration on darkness whenever you want. Just to remind you, that's something that you can do.
It takes a thing though, doesn't it? Like it takes like a bonus action, or can I just stop?
No, you can just stop whenever you want.
Oh, well, I suppose because they're just using it as their advantage at this point, so I would stop at this point. Like I probably as I walk up to do this, I would stop.
Okay. I'm just reminding you.
Yes, thank you. I forget that I can do that. So plus I think it's just my normal 7 to hit here. So that's for the first guy, and I'm going top to bottom here.
Okay.
7 d20 plus 7. Nice. Okay, I at least hit one now. So I guess that guy
So you
up
hit
top.
the clubber.
Yes, which actually was one of the more important ones for my sneak attack, so we take those. Plus a d6, plus a 3 for my dex. He takes, ooh, good rolls. Ooh.
Very good rolls.
Okay.
So like 28.
It's a 28 points of damage.
As I get to the end here, I
actually, I'm sorry. As you drop the spell there,
Mhm.
I'll say
Oh,
you weren't able to see him, but now you are with your current location.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see a nice little horn peeking around the corner there.
Because I won't say anything yet, just because it wouldn't make sense in the moment. But I turn around, and I am sorry, Izuto, but I turn around, doing this as a finisher, and I do a shockwave slash, in which it is a 30-foot. I forget how long this is. Hold up, I will check real quick, because the size of this jutsu is going to matter.
I think it's 30 feet. I could be wrong.
It's 30 feet, but like I'm trying to figure out like is it like a 5-foot line, like something like that?
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Before you even do that, you drop the darkness, so they no longer would have. You would no longer. All right. So roll with advantage on that last hit for the sand spiker at the bottom, because he was knocked prone, so you have advantage on melee attacks against him. So
Okay.
it will hit that. So 28 damage on him as well.
Well, I'm supposed to roll per hit, and he wouldn't have sneak attack, so it would be a different.
Right. All right.
It would
Yes.
be different for him. I think just be my d6 plus 3.
Okay. Well, 4 points of damage.
All right.
Better than that.
Let me check. It is okay. Yeah, it's a 5-foot wide line. So I think I am just gonna have to suck it up and hit Izuto here. I apologize. So I turn around, and with my knife, as I kind of charged up with chakra, I slash through, sending a wave of energy, kind of flying through this way, hitting all 3 of them, and sadly Izuto. And it is a dex save.
I mean, I can't imagine you're not happy with Izuto at the moment. Anyway.
No, not really. So if this hits him, it's kind of like, what are you gonna do?
Joke's on you because of my reaction. That gives me an extra 4 that is also added to any deck saves that I get during that turn.
Pog, that's actually really convenient. So I can also choose one of them, because one of them is like my chosen target, which I guess would have to be the guy at the end, or could I choose any of the 3 in the line?
You could choose any of them.
Okay, the targeted one gets disadvantage, and I'm picking Izuto. No, I'm kidding. I am gonna make I guess the sand spiker closest to me is gonna roll disadvantage for the save.
Okay. All right, so I'll do the sand spike guys first. So the first one who is rolling at disadvantage. They are fairly dexterous creatures, unfortunately. Oh, he fails anyway.
Pog.
And the second sand spiker, he fails as well, and the sand clubber.
Imagine? Oh, wow.
Nice.
Okay. So they're all going to take my... Oh, Izuto... That's so good. Okay. They're all going to take my weapon damage plus 66. Did any of them fail by 5 or more? It was 15.
10 is the
What
lowest.
was the DC?
15 for my... Well,
10.
so is this considered a taijutsu attack bonus? Or, like, I don't know what... Or for my save DC? I don't remember. Let me see what it says.
It should be a taijutsu.
It literally just says succeed a dex saving throw. But I would assume being a buki jutsu, it's taijutsu save.
Bukijutsu is taijutsu.
Okay,
Yeah.
so in that case it'd be 15. So the guy up top is going to take double because he failed by more than 5. Or 5 or more, sorry.
Right. All right.
So, good rolls. Okay, so middle two are taking 26. Guy up top is taking, well, 52, but he's dead.
How much am I?
You're 13. That actually worked pretty darn perfectly. And then with all that happening...
You need to go ahead and make a concentration check.
Oh, shit.
Is that plus anything?
It's a Constitution save. So
wait,
your lightning rod goes away, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, now that I know how that works, I will keep that in mind.
My prep.
So as I see the kind of knife poking out, I scream that the big dino boy is here. And then I move my 20 feet that I have left. I mean, I'm assuming I can, like... Can I stand, like, on top of this dude that's down?
Yeah, so the corpses are difficult terrain. That's why I'm leaving them on the battlefield.
Doesn't matter for me, because I'm cool and quirky, and I'm a hunter. So I'm going to go there.
Okay, well, there you go. The Sand Spiker will use... Oh, I forgot to use the... Actually, no, I'm going to use the reactions now, because we
For attack
haven't
of opportunity.
further. No, to avoid some of that... Oh, wait. Oh, no, I'm thinking of the wrong. Never mind. Yeah, he will take an attack opportunity against you.
All right.
Just a normal bite.
Okay, Cringe Lord. Goodness.
What's the damage for that?
You would crit. I guess I'd rather you crit this than a regular attack, so...
I mean, it's still a fair amount of damage, but yeah, it could be worse. 17 points of damage.
Could be worse. Just remember, could be worse.
All right. That's it for you. Everyone go ahead and make perception checks real quick.
Including Than.
Actually, never mind. Everyone. Why not?
I mean, I've said the dino's coming if this is for the dino.
This is not for the dino.
Okay. And is this just a straight up perception?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is hearing, technically.
Ooh.
23! I'm so
Sailor.
perceptive!
Oh, everybody's rolling for this one,
They got
apparently.
it this time. Except the dude who has plus 10.
Is Than hearing this?
Yeah, Fan can hear it. Or, well, he can attempt to roll.
So he'll get plus...
That'd be hilarious if Arata, Than failed and Izuto and Suiko succeed.
That would sound about right, honestly. Wait, perception 4, 5, I think he gets 9 total. Nope, he gets 8. Oh.
Okay, so everyone except for Arata, apparently. You guys hear sounds coming from back here. Just like quick like exhalations of air, basically. And like very, very muffled thuds.
From where?
Back
behind
here.
us.
Okay.
Awful fun.
The Sand Spiker, he will go ahead and back up 1.
I do not want to hit him.
Back up 2.
Can Than hit him, or is he... No, you said he's 1 by 2. That's right.
Back
Look
up
at
3.
Huh?
Am I good? Can I just move there? Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
All right.
Well, I would like to
So
keep my
sure.
reaction to possibly avoid damage here.
Yeah. So he
can't
will
use mine
direct.
anymore.
Somebody took everyone. Actually, it says it's the beginning of my turn, so I still have it.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
I mean, you have other reactions too, right, Izuto? Oh,
I
actually,
do,
no. You,
but I
you don't
think-
have any reactions right now.
I don't, but it says until the beginning of my next turn. I don't know what happens if the jutsu ends during.
No, if the jutsu fails, then it's done.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it's the spinning that is giving you the reduction. Yeah. So he will target Izuto now that Izuto is defenseless.
And he misses all of them. Like, one.
That one hit.
Minus
12
12.
points.
You have an
damage.
AC of 19 when you have
I have an
that?
AC
Or
of 20.
20, I mean? That's crazy.
I have an AC of 24 or 26 if I get to a good roll.
Oh, that's right, because it adds the...
He will go ahead and use on that hit. He will use his lethal accuracy thing. Because he does want to get you down. So that'll be an additional 8 points of damage. Yeah.
Okay. 2, 6.
If only Than
All
had
right,
been close enough.
Izuto, you're up.
Okay, I will go ahead and as a bonus action. Yeah, as a bonus action, I will go ahead and bring it all back. It'd be 39.
While he's doing this, I meant to ask this. Does things like ninjutsus, like my shockwave slash, does that get sneak attack?
Probably not. I think with sneak attack, it has to be a weapon attack, and I don't think shockwave slash is a weapon attack.
Okay, even though it's a buki jutsu because it's like a ranged thing.
It'll say weapon attack. Like I think for like your
Gotcha. Okay.
afterglow or whatever, it'll
It
say like
does
make a
say-
weapon attack
okay.
against every. Yeah.
Gotcha. Cool. Makes sense.
Is that a bonus action or an action to do that, Izuto?
It's a bonus action.
Yeesh. Here, can we do the temporary hit points thing instead of the?
Yep. I'm at a.
You were at 32,
30...
I think.
It was like no, it was like perfectly 60. I forgot what it was. 34.
Okay, that sounds right. All right, so add your little temp HP bar.
Here, hold on.
Oh, I can only do it once per turn anyway.
Oh, not 36.
Good to know.
Give me a second. Six. 26. All right, we got there.
Use the restroom.
All right, I will go ahead and that will be okay. I pretend I'm there. I will go ahead and be 9. But I will go ahead and use an extra 5 to make him roll the saving throw at a disadvantage, and it will be a Constitution saving. Bang, bang, bang.
Okay. So disadvantage. All right. So this one was the first one. He succeeds.
Hold on.
What's your DC?
Ooh, I think that like barely succeeds.
It's probably 16, but I
Yeah,
could
it's
be wrong.
16.
Okay, so 2 successes. All 3, so even with
Wow,
disadvantage, I just didn't roll below. My lowest roll was an 8.
Jesus, bro. Okay.
6.
Damn, that's actually really tough. I mean, I just gotta do it.
Yeah, it is what it is that they saved.
Yeah. They will be taking 15. Damn, that was a good roll, too.
Oh, 15, just barely one of them survives.
Yeah. Well, it's 15. It's 15 plus 2. He doesn't.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Or I guess plus.
He
No, because
disappeared.
the plus 2. The plus 2 is there. It is for sure plus 2, so it's 17.
Izuto
Right.
killed him so hard that he disappeared off the battlefield.
Incredible.
Incredible.
Oh, yeah, I guess I should leave them there because I've been keeping the corpses.
Aw.
Good point, guys. Thanks for reminding me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Hey, they don't affect me, so.
Well, would you anything else you'd like to do, Izuto?
That will go ahead and be it.
Than is up.
Alright, I need to subtract chakra from Errata real quick before I forget. Which glow is 7, so it's minus 14, so he's at 20. Okay, Than will walk up to the Sun Spica. I will go ahead and subtract his chakra. And he will go, oh my goodness. Okay, we're going to pretend that he's 1 down for now. And he will go ahead and hit him with 2 taijutsu attacks, going for his good old bite combo, trying to take his legs out.
Okay.
Okay, so plus 3, plus 5, plus 1. I think that is it. Okay. Yikers. 20 plus 9. Oh, 1 hits. Alright. So he bites. He does 44 for the unarmed. Plus 2d6 plus 3. Nice! Took him out. That actually wasn't that great rolls, but we did get the kill.
Okay. Sandspiker gets taken out. Anything else Sand would like to do?
How much movement did he use? Or I guess he's here. 20. I will have him kind of move closer to me just in case. Boop.
Okay. Next up is the final alive Sandspiker. He will go 1. And Izuto.
I don't think he's close enough. Or I guess you have your weapon that reaches, huh?
I don't, because someone took it away from me, so he's good.
I thought you got it back on the last turn.
He misses on all 3.
I don't get it back. I have to recast it.
Yeah, that's what I say. I thought you'd like recast it.
Nah.
20.
Not doing all the prep again.
The door.
He pushes the Sandspiker out of the way.
He steps on it.
And Izuto,
Yes, Daddy.
good thing you saved your reaction.
What's up?
Good thing you saved your reaction. He misses on the first one. Hits on the second for 25 points of damage.
Yeah,
What
I
is
will
the
go
blue thing
ahead
mean?
and I would go ahead and Terra Shield that, just slamming my hand on the ground and creating the wall in front of me. So it will be like between us two. I can choose where it is, but obviously it's going to be between us two. It is resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. Does he have any of those?
Yeah, this is slashing.
This is slashing.
He's attacking with his horn, yeah.
Okay, so it will be. By the way, I have resistance to bludgeoning. If any of those mattered, it doesn't matter, but I do have it. 86. Although I think most of these have been. So I have 33. The wall in front of me has 33 hit points, and he did half of 25.
Okay, so 12 points of damage to that.
Towards the wall.
All right. Here, I'll grab one of those Terra walls. Whoop. And it has 33 minus 21 HP.
21
left.
HP left.
All right. Next up is Suiko.
What are we saying? This guy is size-wise? Like 2x3?
He's considered 2x3. He's huge.
Okay.
Okay. Will the dragon still let me roll with an advantage?
It does still appear to be helping you, yes. If
Yay.
anything, after that last round, after that ability that you created under pressure of a real life and death situation, you feel your bond has deepened a little bit.
Nice.
Death and war brings you closer with your friends. Okay, let's see.
Suiko likes war.
Just saying, you have a straight shot to the Sand Slasher.
Oh yeah.
I feel like he might be insinuating something here.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm looking at it as like the perfect little like.
The perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
it's
perfect alleyway.
line.
Just zoop.
I got like a 200-foot radius with this bad boy.
Don't make it too far. You have
Yeah,
the most health and the most chakras, so-
I'm gonna max it out and go as far as possible.
Let's not go too far. We have 10 health, 17 chakra.
Actually, if you could
and struggle.
if you could end your turn next to this thing, that would be preferred.
Next to it.
That would be super
Arata,
cool.
Arata and I go before he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you could end your turn next to it, that'd be cool.
Suiko
Next
would never.
to the-
Suiko would end next to it. I'm just saying. You're being out of character.
You're being out of character.
You're saying Suiko would be dumb enough to throw herself in front of that dynasty.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Meat shield
Actually.
Suiko.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Tough life.
He's pulling at me, bro. We switched roles.
You really did.
Okay, great. You already know what I'm gonna attempt, Hudson.
Okay, go for it.
The taijutsu user that stays 40 feet away at all times.
You have advantage on your strength check. Oh well, you made it on the first one.
Yay!
So you guys watch as Suiko sort of leans back and she's like something courses through her body and she just spits out a pressurized, like almost like a beam of water that slams into the Sand Slasher. He makes a dex save. He is not particularly good
I was
at
like,
those.
this thing better not be dexterous or I'm gonna lose it.
I know.
I mean, he's a little bit agile, but yeah, he's not super.
So what does that do for him since he failed it?
Well, normally it would do 8d8 bludgeoning damage. In this case, it's going to be 16d8.
Oh, hell yeah.
Wait, 16d8?
16d8?
Is that what you just said?
It's a critical hit for reasons that are not immediately obvious, but
Okay. Oh, is this kind of like my thing where it's like failed because like passed so much probably? That'd be my guess.
Well, in any case,
It's fine.
Lens.
Damn.
So this thing, like, it basically makes a like like a what do you call it? A fire hydrant like hose or whatever.
Yeah.
And it cuts a hole in this guy, taking out more than half of his HP.
Oh, we can. Oh, we got this. We're good.
You're welcome, guys.
Still
Thanks,
could have
Dragon.
ended. Still could have ended next to it. It's fine.
So if I did next to it, and this would have been definitely dead.
It lets out a roar, and it looks like it's moving a little bit faster and more aggressively now.
Oh, sorry.
Arata, you're up.
If only you could have been next to it, huh? Okay. So I'm going to.
Just to let you know, Arata, you are within melee range of it. It has a reach of 10.
Oh, I'm within melee range of the slasher. Okay, I thought you were saying I was
Correct.
within him, and I was like, did my arms grow? That's sick. I'm going to. This sucks because people aren't next to it, and I don't know my best course of action here. I suppose we're probably gonna try to kill this thing. This is so risky if we don't kill it. Okay. I'll be fine. I'm not even worried. So I go ahead and I kind of get down into my Zenitsu stance again as I dash through him, striking him with a cute little weapon hit.
Is that movement?
No, that's like just afterglow. He does not get like an attack of opportunity with it, if that's what you're asking.
Well, I'm asking if it's considered movement.
I mean, like he is moving, but I think it specifies like he's so fast that like you can't react to it. Let me see. Okay,
I understand. Probably with attacks of opportunity. This is not
something
that.
else. Okay, let me see. It says so it is movement because you dash through at blinding speeds to that select location. This movement does not provoke attacks of opportunity. So yes, it is movement. I'm concerned with that question. So.
So he takes a chomp at you as you begin to move.
What if I disagree? Afterglow says he can't.
You can certainly disagree.
Afterglow says he's not allowed to.
I would agree. In normal
I know
situations,
it's different. I
you would
know
not
it's
be able
different. I know. God
Oh,
damn.
no.
So- there's 2d8 on top of that as well.
So you're not living.
So
This
yeah.
is so cringe. I was moving
Well,
at blinding speeds, Hudson. Blinding
So
speeds.
you begin to move, and his aggression, his bestial
What the
instincts, just
hell?
he turns towards you, slashes down, and you go falling back.
I
into the
blame Suiko because I would have done something else if she ended closer. So I just want to be clear that I blame Suiko for this whole situation.
Top of the round, Suiko, Izuto, Than make perception checks.
I'm so mad. I'm so
Is
pressed.
the mummy impressed by our fighting yet? Will he help us?
I'm so pressed right
Another
now.
nat one.
Is this
Ayo.
hearing by any chance?
Oh, I am
It is
so
very-
perceptive.
Did you say it is?
It is hearing, yeah.
What do I perceive, Hudson? Tell me.
We'll let Than roll.
Oh wait. I forgot. What is perception again? It is wisdom. So he gets his +1, +4. So he gets +5, +4. Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, what does Than perceive?
So, all right.
Wow.
So, yeah, with a nat 20, I'll give you a little more. Suiko, you perceive something like coming in the corner of your eye just for a moment,
Than can't
and
communicate
then
to y'all.
something like appearing behind this creature here, like
Incredible.
using it as cover, and then beyond, I'll say Than with his nat 20 looks around the corner there just to get the barest flash before he teleports and disappears again of Kionara carrying Tuko on her shoulder.
Son of a bitch.
And you see that for a moment before they both disappear.
I mean, Than can't
Damn it.
communicate this, but I guess he just barks really aggressively. like specifically at this direction. Although you would probably just take that as
you like
barking at
look
them.
over there, like peeking past your terror shield. You don't see anything.
Yeah, fair enough.
I feel like you could see that Than has changed though, because Than would be like, "What the? Why is she here?"
Yeah, you believe that Than like saw something, but you looked and you can't see
I
what
feel
it
like we
was.
have bigger problems anyway.
Izuto, you're up.
I will go ahead, and I haven't done this in a while. I think this is actually all my chakra. So, all on you, Suiko. Good luck, have fun.
Cool.
I will go ahead and... Do I do that? Actually, great question. No, I will go ahead and double jutsu a lightning uppercut. Bring me down to
Sheesh.
5. This is important. I will bonus action and overcharge the first one. So that will be a... Oh, fuck, his AC is probably high as shit, though.
It's probably not low, I'd imagine.
How are we feeling about 24?
24 hits. Yeah.
Okay.
we feel better. We feel better.
We're good in there, okay? Cool. 48. Hey, he's going 20 feet in the air. Does he hit the ceiling yet? Can we...
It's 30. It's 30.
Yeah, he would hit the ceiling.
Oh.
Cool. That's cool. It has nothing to do with my
Oh,
next jutsu.
because
That's cool.
he's really tall. That makes sense, actually.
That's good flavor.
Actually, you know what? It is. So I uppercut him with the lightning, right? Bringing him up in the air. He's hitting the roof. This will be the damage for that, I think.
I'm sad Arata doesn't get to see
Anything
this
else?
because it sounds sick.
Oh, right. That's why I wanted to use my 5 extra one, but that's fine. I didn't. That's okay. 23 damage.
Okay.
And then my next one will be used as a finisher. Because I double jutsu'd and hit the overcharged one. How are we feeling about 27?
Yeah, that'll hit.
And now, instead of a 48, it is going to be a 78 while he's in the air. A lot more vulnerable. I see his underbelly.
True. A vulnerable underbelly. That's
A vulnerable underbelly, and I will finish him off there.
Woo!
So the final creature falls to the ground after this.
There's one
double
more
lightning.
spiker, you know.
There's
Oh,
Don't ignore
I
him.
totally forgot about that.
Don't
actually.
ignore him.
Yeah.
His turn hasn't come up, by the way, but he's there.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Good point. He will fight to the last. Than is up next.
I don't want to be,
I mean, Than is probably more concerned with the. Well, I mean, it's up to you, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, he probably would be, especially in this moment because he sees the big one go down. Because he probably would have helped with the big one. Can Than feed me a blood pill? Like, is that something he can do?
Yeah. Why not?
Like,
It would be an
an
action.
Okay. He kind of walks over, and then for his action goes ahead and feeds Rada a blood pill as he's been knocked out the second time this this battle.
True.
All right, 15. And then I don't think Than particularly has a. Oh, you know what? Than for his bonus action expresses to me what he saw. And so, I did not mean to. I did not. To be
You're
clear,
right,
I
the sand
didn't.
clubber.
I did not feed the sand clubber a blood pill. So we're on the same
Than
page.
gets confused. You look the same.
We look so similar. I guess his bonus action, he describes to me that he saw the the bird song lady that we were chasing earlier. I don't
Dang
explain
it.
this in the
I'm
moment.
actually really mad about that because she almost got in and out without you guys noticing.
She did. I suppose I'm still coming too, so I don't really explain anything, but that'll be his turn.
All right. Sand Spiker.
You're gonna step between a rock and a hard place because there's a wall blocking his vision, and then two corpses on the side.
Yeah. He will sort of maneuver himself outside here, and then he will target Than.
What the hell?
I love how outraged you guys get when Than starts. Like, what's wrong with these creatures?
Yeah, it's rude and uncalled for.
So only 10 points of damage. He only hits once. He will use his lethal thing though to make an additional 8. So that's 18. That will take down Than just barely.
As Arata gets up, he watches Than drop before him.
Yep. Suiko, you're up.
I got Puppo.
No,
No,
deal
please just
with the
fucking
spiker.
kill the thing.
Please. You do not need to take care of Dan right now.
Suiko is power drunk.
Okay.
Just saying, you have pretty good constitution, Suiko.
Man.
What do you Constitution? Which one's that?
The one that kills him.
She
Oh,
said,
you want me to do the healing one?
I'm just saying, Than is down. Actually, no,
Don't
never mind.
listen.
Than is not down because you forgot your elk
color
ability.
True. I forgot that is a thing that exists. He regains 2d6 plus 6. Happens once a day.
Alright, well, I'm gonna do
Oh.
the same thing this time.
I haven't done that in a while.
Hey, that's what I used to do.
Dan's back!
We're back!
You're both at 15. All right, Suiko, what would you like to do?
How poetic.
The same thing as last time. He's right in my sight, right?
Yeah.
You guys right there?
Behind the body of this sand slasher.
Alright, let's see. Oof. Not
No,
looking
you have
too
advantage.
good. Gonna roll another 2. Oh, does that do anything?
So, if you recall, the DC for your ability checks was 16. However, it is 15 now.
Because you got nicer with him. Pog.
Additionally, it does double damage. So go ahead and roll, what is it, 16d8.
You said that like so annoyed. Additionally does double damage. God.
What a shame. I just rolled ones across the board.
I can't believe we dealt with all these.
He does get he would get a dex save, but that's dex save for half, right? Oh no, it is, he could completely avoid it actually. So
Oh
he
my god.
And he
So-
does.
So basically, like a giant line, it like buries, like it creates like a hole in this area here, like probably like 15, 20 feet deep. As the sand spiker just like barely manages to roll out of the way, the sand slasher sort of absorbing just for an instant before giving him just enough time.
Incredible. I clap.
Arata is up next.
He is
Alright.
determined to
go ahead.
live.
I didn't use any hunter exploits this fight. I go ahead and move my 30, which will put me there. I will. Oh, I don't get a thing. Kind of cringe, huh? I suppose I will bonus action put some poison on my blade, and then go ahead and swipe. This is my last assassin's blood that I have.
Okay.
7 hit. Nice. So I hit him. He'll have to make his con save. Doo-doo-doo. Sick.
Nice.
So 4 points of damage.
Or I didn't do the 2d6 yet, so he'll half it. So 4 more. So 8 total.
Nice.
Thank you.
Go team.
I've been working on that one.
I can tell.
Meant to assassinate people, not creatures.
True.
All right, Izuto, you're up. For the first time ever, there's no perception check at the start of the round here.
Do you even have a jutsu that's less than 5?
Isn't Agonizing Thorn 5?
I don't have that anymore.
Aww.
My D ranks and E ranks are mainly like adventure based now, other than Death Shield,
Okay.
I guess. And Earthen Grasp, but I haven't really used Earthen Grasp in combat in a while. I will go ahead and bonus action take a chakra pill. Actually, no, I'll use my necklace. What the fuck am I doing? I use my necklace because I'm cool like that, and I got bling.
Okay.
He do got the bling.
Natty rolls, good. Good. That is plus 16, making me 21. I will go ahead.
Overkill, do double jutsu.
What?
No, just kidding. Go ahead.
He said, "Kill him."
No, I will go ahead and cast another lightning rod just to have it, because I imagine we're chasing after these people. It'll be.
You're talking about the bird lady. She gonna be gone, brother.
Yeah, that's true. Whatever, that's fine. Walk up to him. I guess I don't walk up to him. I stay there and swing at him with my scythe.
Okay. Big old lightning scythe.
I think that hits, right?
Yeah, that will hit.
And that will be a bang, 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 bang.
Pog.
Oh, it's a 5d10. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. So with that, the final sand spiker goes down, leaving you guys to deal with the aftermath of whatever the hell just happened in the tomb and out here with the sparrow.
Yeah.
And that's what we'll pick up next time.
Yeah, fair.
Oh, yeah.